got blowing around, I lose Cadillac. Still got my homies to watch my back and to smoke your ass. And then when I come jack, that's why some pigs and the kids come sweating, they follow. Hollow point shill's hard to swallow.
You didn't go live on the MLO Bros. You just went live on, hold on. You just went live on your personal link, your LinkedIn. Hold on, it's going live.
Yeah,
all right, it's on Facebook now. I switched it.
Let's try that again.
Back to the intro.
Okay, here we go.
They got blowing around, I lose Cadillac. Still got my homies to watch my back and to smoke your ass. And then when I come jack, that's why some pigs and the kids come sweating, they follow. Hollow point shill's hard to swallow. Why wallow when they come to roll on it with the clip in the booth, I break your head sign. Not kicking dust, cause they get bust. My crib's surrounded, I'm about to get rushed. I brush with them. How many shells left in my closet? Where my back roll makes black when the shit goes down. Better be ready.
When the shit goes down.
When the shit goes down. You better be ready.
When the shit goes down.
When the shit goes down. You better be ready.
When the shit goes down.
When the shit goes down. You better be ready.
Better be ready.
I told the police to start our clocks and the rest of the guys I strap on the bulletproof vest. Boom, I think I got one to the test. Hot damn, I didn't want to kill a man. Shit, still stand tall with the Hill Clan. Y'all, you better step back. You better fall. I'm coming up blasting like a Simony Sam. I got the cheese and the bread for them. Shit goes down. You better be ready.
When the shit goes down.
When the shit goes down. You better be ready.
When the shit goes down.
When the shit goes down, you better be ready.
Shit goes down.
When the shit goes down, say,
Better be ready. Yeah.
The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros' opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
All right, hi everybody. We're here again. I just added everyone on the Youngstown page, which we're talking about Youngstown. If you don't like the tag, I don't care.
So we're talking about Bill Johnson got hired to be Youngstown State's new president, right?
Yeah, it is gross, disgusting,
Mess.
sickening on all levels, from the board of trustees to the Republicans to the Democrats. Ugh.
So for those that don't know, who is Bill Johnson?
Okay, well let's start first. Why don't you introduce us?
Hi everybody, we're the MLO Bros. We're brothers, and we have a podcast in Youngstown. You know, the usual stuff. Sponsor is Valley Insurance down below. Luke, the other sponsor is that Luke and I are both loan officers and we're both real estate agents. So if you need to see a house or you want to list your house or you need financing, give us a call. We'll take care of you.
All right, let's go.
Our topic of the night is that. But to start, before we get started here, it is the season of giving. Luke, can you pull up the brand picture of the Project MKC for me real quick? So I can go over our next gift we're getting kids.
Okay, so what we did is we adopted a family of 8, 6 kids, 2 parents. We are going out shopping. Are we doing that tomorrow?
Yeah, we're shopping tomorrow for kid number 3.
Kid number 3. So what we're doing is we know it's hard right now. So we're trying to, 8 is a huge family. So we're asking for help. $5, $10, $100, whatever you want to donate through our Venmo, which I actually have. But what do you got, Isaac?
So kid number 3 is another little girl. Hold on, I'm pulling up is this the right one? Hold on. My internet's being slow today.
And then we'll talk about Bill Johnson and YSU here shortly.
Yep, but okay. Kid number 3. She is a 12-year-old girl. She wants size 12 and 14, 12/14 pants, shirt.
Dude, you gotta bring. Is Shelby working tomorrow?
I don't know, but we can bring her if we have to.
Yeah, we need freaking help.
And then size 7 shoes. She wants full-size bedding. She wants Monster High dolls. She wants makeup. She wants watercolor paints. She wants a PlayStation gift card, and she wants an Amazon gift card. So we can that's easy. We can do that.
That's easy. The clothes is what scares me.
The girls' clothes is gonna destroy. Like, how the heck are we gonna do that? We have no idea what we're doing.
I can't do that. I mean, I got 3 boys.
Right. So that is our kid we're shopping for tomorrow. So it should be fun. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you to Project MKC for letting us do this. But on to the discussion about YSU and Bill Johnson.
So Bill Johnson, let's figure out who this guy is, right? So Bill Johnson, his name is William Leslie Johnson. He was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives for Ohio's 6th congressional district. It's since 2001, so 12 years he's been a member of the U.S. Representatives for the House 6th district. You know where that is? The 6th district?
No.
That is it's like let me see if I can get a map. It's a big district. Here we go. So it is it's a big district. It is share video file. Share. My brain's I'm tired.
22 years, huh? So he just keeps getting elected.
No, 2011, so 12. Okay, check it out. See it?
Share it up there. Let's see it.
All right. Here it is. So it's a pretty, look at that. That's monstrous.
So that is his district.
Wow. That's
so really is he out now? Is he?
No, he'll have to step down. Yeah. So it's like East Liverpool. Yeah. Look, all the way from Youngstown, split basically north of Youngstown, dude, all the way over to Alliance, Canton, parts of Canton. Holy crap.
So he's going to step down in the House and then become this?
Dude, he's down to Marietta. Yeah. So he'll have to step down. Well, you know why he's stepping down?
Why?
His salary in the House is $175,000. His salary that he just got for YSU is like $475,000.
Damn.
Step down too.
Damn. So he is becoming the and you know what?
Chris just said 22 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's a Republican, right?
He is a Republican, which is one of the big problems with this, I believe.
Yeah.
So basically he has had, as a Republican, he's pretty out from what, again, I hate politics, but he's very
$35,000 more than Jim Trussell as well.
Wow. Okay.
I thought I heard 2001.
Yeah, 2011. Sorry, Chris. So he's very outspoken. Okay. He is very right-ish.
Conservative.
Very conservative. I don't even say conservative. I'm going to say right-ish. Be it he supported Trump, which I think is a lot of the problem. We'll get into that. He I don't know what the truths are about, like, when I was reading through you can't trust people on Facebook. Like,
Right.
he's anti LGBTQ, he's anti this, he's anti that. You know what I mean? It was like, he's a election denier, he's all this stuff. So I started doing some research, and he did just back, and I think this is where the problem was. But let's before we get into him a little bit, let's talk about what happened with the YSU, right?
Okay.
So Tressel stepped down in like February of last year.
Why did Tressel step down?
He's been doing it for like 12 years or something like that. I mean, it's been
since 2013, years. So he's been doing it for 10
years.
A while,
right? 10 years. Mm-hmm. He stepped down. They needed to find a replacement, right? Okay. Director of the college is basically responsible for student affairs, with like student faculty affairs, relationships, basically the general direction of where the college is going. And then the problem, where I think this comes into, they also are very responsible for money fundraising.
Yeah.
Right. So then the board of trustees, and I actually have that too. Let me show you the board.
And while Luke's pulling that up, if you could, down below where Luke's at, there's a little thumbs up button, there's a little heart button. If you could give us a like, we'd happily.
Okay. So the board of the board of trustees is basically, they basically help run the school. They basically make decisions, hiring, firing, that kind of stuff. It's like a school board, right?
Yeah.
Responsible for the general stuff, but the director basically runs it. The president runs it. So this is the board. You got to see some of these people, right? And I'm just setting this up. Where's it at? Where's it at? Member profiles. That's what I wanted. All right. So you have a YSU, a doctor, Dr. Segul Urzam. She's a surgeon and owner of the Center of Advanced Eye Surgery in Poland. Hey, right down the road from me, right? You got this guy, Charles T. George, bachelor's degree from accounting, YSU. Hapco Industries. And then you got Anita Hackstead. She's the chief operating executive of the Salem Regional Medical Center. Okay. Then you got Richard Frida, CEO of Comco Industries in Columbiana. Hey, Isaac, when I'm reading these cities, do any of these things ring a bell?
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Suburbs.
Right?
Suburbs.
Well, suburbs and also his area, right?
Right.
Don Corolla, P&I Motor Express, one of the nation's largest flatbed. Laura Linden, North Jackson, Leiden Oil Company. Michael Peterson, managing partner of president of Global Investigations, whatever. Alan Ryan, you know who he is?
Tim Ryan's brother. Looks like it.
Also in charge of Cavelli Enterprises. Correct. He is Tim Ryan's brother. Molly Seals. She is a human resources program director at Mercy Health. Like, these are like huge business people, right?
Right.
I mean, it's crazy, Eric. I mean, it's just like nuts. And then they have one student trustee, junior biology major at YSU.
So what was the vote to get him in? Did they all have to vote?
It was 8-1.
Really?
8-1.
Who voted no? Do we know?
Molly S. Seals is the only one that voted no.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Interesting.
Is the only one that voted no. So let me come back out of here. We're going to get into that in a second. Let's see here. Hi, everybody. Molly voted no. Yep. So that board of trustees, that is all business people.
Yeah.
That is all money,
they
right?
Like their taxes, or they like not paying taxes.
Yeah, it's all business people. It's all this. My opinion is they saw Bill Johnson. They probably know who Bill Johnson is, right? Because they're probably, what I mean? I'd love to see the fundraising. Who knows, right? Maybe they donate to his fundraising cause. Who knows? I can't, I'm not going to say they do or don't because I don't know. But so they basically go into an emergency session, okay, which is what pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
There was no public hiring process. There was no talking to alumni, students, teachers. They just basically said, We interviewed 3 or 4 people. We're not telling you who else we interviewed, who else we considered.
Yeah.
This is who we're
which is
giving you.
always dumb. Which is always dumb.
What?
So like any choice to say, hey, we're not telling you who we interviewed is like we're keeping you out of it. Like I would just tell us who you interviewed. Tell everybody so that you make it as open as possible.
Yeah.
I think that's stupid.
No sort of anything like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is who we made an offer. They come out and say, this is who we made an offer to.
Yeah.
Of course, a whole bunch of people flip out.
Yeah.
Right? Who do you think flipped out the most?
The Democrats, the Democrat Party.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And of course, the politics. And again, here's the funny part. And I'm going to say this right now. Democrats flip out. If it was a left person that got elected, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'd be fine with this, and the Republicans would be pissed.
Right.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
You know, so the Democrats flip, it wasn't transparent. Oh, this, oh, that. Right. They had a bunch of people write a letter. Would you like to see the letter?
Yeah, I do want to read it. I do want to see I already read it, but I do want to see it and show everybody what the letter says.
But again,
I'll give my opinion on this after that.
Okay, let's read the letter. So then they all flip out. And all right, let's read this here. Where'd it go? What crap. Sorry.
It's okay.
I had it.
39 people watching right now I think just on the MLO Bros, but everybody watching, if you could go down below, give us a like. Help us out.
All right. If you don't mind, you want me to read this? Can I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We write to the Youngstown State University Board of Trustees. We write on behalf. Can you read? Can you see it? You can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We write on behalf of Youngstown State University alumni who are alarmed by the board's recent decision to extend the university presidency to Congressman Bill Johnson. The board's refusal to incorporate the greater YSU community in its decision making flouts basic values of transparency, accountability, democratic participation. I agree with that. These procedural defects are compounded by here we go. This is where it gets into it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
These procedural defects are compounded by the congressman's polarizing track record in public office. The fact that Johnson's positions are highly contentious and directly relevant to the diverse interests and identities of YSU's student body increases the need for public vetting of his candidacy. On November 16th, 2023, the board held an emergency meeting in which it voted to offer Bill Johnson the position of university president. The board bylaws provide that in an event of an emergency wherein the best interests of the university require immediate official action by the board, designated officials may call an emergency meeting. In the absence of a clear emergency, the board chose to exclude all of the stakeholders in the YSU community from the process of selecting their next university president. As concerned alumni, we find the board's stance that this unilateral decision was made in the best interest of the university to be utterly incomprehensible. Any questions? See, this is like, you should have just stopped there. Any questions regarding Congressman Johnson's policy positions, if asked, were answered behind closed doors. The congressman has opposed gay marriage, supported then President Trump's ban on travel from majority Muslim countries, and without evidence questioned the validity of the 2020 presidential election. These cast doubt on his ability to lead YSU's diverse student body. The board's choice is unilaterally move forward with no community input is fundamentally undemocratic in the moment that we call for more, not less, stakeholder participation. Simply, these recent events are beneath YSU. In light of the circumstances, we are forced to ask, how can we justify donating to our alma mater when acts of indifferently to the views and interests of its greater community? This question is not rhetorical. We are at a loss. If Bill Johnson is to be the next YSU president, which he is now, then the board must invite the community publicly assess his vision and qualifications, as well as those of at least 2 other candidates. The board's opaque internal process favored Johnson over potential alternative candidates with experiences in higher education administration. The university community deserves an opportunity to understand why. We demand the board rescind its offer to Bill Johnson, conduct a presidential search that involves the university at large, permitting input from facility, faculty, students, alumni. This is a base request and minimal requirement of the procedural legitimacy we hope the board satisfies. So they got all pissy, and guess what happened?
He still got in.
he got hired tonight.
So I don't understand why they did that. So it's stupid. I agree with as a YSU alumni myself.
Yep.
I think they shouldn't have. That was really stupid of them. They can say it was an emergency. They can make up whatever bullshit excuse they want, but they should have gone through a more vigorous hiring process. They had an idea of when Tressel was leaving. They had an idea of
it was like February. They've had 9 months.
Right. So you could have gone through more of a hiring process. Number two, it's stupid to hire a career politician to fill that spot because our country is so split down the middle with dumbass political parties. You are immediately creating a massive amount of enemies by hiring him. Number three, it's really freaking stupid that a career politician is leaving his spot at the government where, he's supposed to not be about money, but he's leaving because he's making all kinds of freaking money. I wonder if money has anything to do with what he's voting on or if he's being paid anything. And it's just totally corrupt 100% through and through. They shouldn't be paid anything as politicians. But
dude, he's getting a $300,000 pay raise.
Yeah, but he we're just gonna say he was only making $150K in his position. He wasn't getting paid by any industries or anything. Right. Come on now. Yeah, he was making. He's probably a millionaire now. I wonder how you become a millionaire off of $125K or whatever the hell he was making per year, which is freaking bullshit. He was collecting money from different industries that were voting for him. Freaking lobbyists. But okay, so you're creating a bunch of enemies from the left by getting him in. So that's stupid of the board. All those smart people that are the head of all these really important, super cool companies are too stupid to realize that by hiring this guy, you're just going to create all kinds of enemies from the left. That's dumb. They were very closed about it, which is also dumb. You want to be as open as possible. Here's what we're doing. Here's why we're hiring all these people. It's good PR. It's good marketing. And they're stupid for closing everything off and making their decision.
Dude,
he's critiquing them. It was stupid to hire a career politician. Tressel was great because everybody loved Tressel. He's a huge name. Everybody loved him because he was a football coach. And all the people who were saying oh, Johnson's not a good hire because he doesn't know enough about education. Tressel didn't know anything about education. He was a freaking football coach who could bring in a lot of money. We should have hired a movie star or something. That would have made more money than Bill Johnson. That's who you want. That's why Tressel was good, not because he knew about education. So that's not an excuse,
I agree with all of that. I agree. The transparency thing is something we preach all the time, right?
Yeah.
It is
it's all about raising money, 100%.
All this
Keep freaking politics out of it.
That guy probably has a ton of connections where he's going to be able to bring in a bunch of money, right?
And it's sadly poetic that they decide, we're gonna hire the career politician. He's probably good at raising money. That's a freaking laugh.
Yeah. So anyways, the problem I have and the issue I have, right, is the Democrats in our area, including the Mahoney County Democratic President, Chris Anderson, who's been on the podcast. Yeah, Mike Ray of the councilman, all talking down on this freaking hire.
Yeah, of course.
But it, of course, didn't have to do the transparency part. Was just a side piece. If you wanted to be a stand-up person, I agree 100% with the transparency.
Right.
But they're bitching
because of
the politics, because this is their chance to pounce.
Right.
That's all, and that's why I made a post on the MLO Bros.
Right.
And geez, oh man, those friggin' dude, it's like fishing. I casted that out there. It's like reeling in my little bait, and they just all bit on it.
Yeah.
Because it's
totally.
just like, oh, you know, the Republicans.
Right.
Dude,
So
I
you could have
can't
written that letter, right? You could have written that letter and completely eliminated all the political stuff
Yes.
and leaned super heavy into how the board is a bunch of losers for showing no transparency,
Right.
for not being open about this, and just making their decision. Like, hey, obviously we're the Democrats, so we're upset about this decision, but like, you need to lean in to get the most amount of people left and right, expose it for being anything but politics.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be transparency.
But Isaac, they can't help it. They can't.
Of course not. Of course not. And here's the freaking the left loves, and they did it in that paragraph, right? They love to argue from the side of compassion to make the other side look like pieces of shit for what they believe in. They do it all the time. They did it to Trump. You don't like the gays. You don't like this. You don't like this. And we're never going to vote for that because you're a piece of shit. That's their argument every single time. And that's okay. You can think you're better than people. I mean, the far right does the same thing with going to church and you guys are terrible people. But when you do that, and you accuse the other side of being bad people, which is what their argument was, because you don't like the gays, it exposes you to hypocrisy if you don't then hold that line and say, hey, I'm a good person and here's why A, B, C, and D. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? So the problem is then you support people who are homophobic, who have said homophobic things in the past, who have said, racist things in the past.
Joe Biden.
So then you support and you prop up Joe Biden. Do you know how freaking stupid you look?
Yeah.
Right? By supporting Joe Biden? Like you're hypocrites then. Okay. So why make that argument and expose yourself to hypocrisy by supporting the left, and then you'll backtrack and defend him for all these different things, or you'll say, "Oh, look, it's Trump."
Dude.
So you then, on top of that, one of the people who was most upset, Chris, who is the
head of the Mahoning County Democratic Party,
head of the Mahoning County Democrats, right?
Yep.
So he was one of the people who was upset about this, which it was shared. He shared it. He said it's terrible. He came on our podcast, and I like Chris. I have nothing against Chris. Love Chris, right? But he came on our podcast, and he said so himself. He said at the end of the podcast, when he was sitting there with us, he said, I asked him the question, if you knew two people were running, one was a Republican and one was a Democrat. The Democrat was an awful piece of human garbage that believed in all these terrible things, but he was a Democrat. And there was a Republican that you knew was a good person through and through, probably should get the position because he's good. He's what's good for America. He represents good morals and he's a good person and all this stuff.
Right.
Who would you vote for, Chris? He said, I'd vote for the Democrat because, it's like boarding a train and you want to get in the direction you're going. So you guys don't care about who's best. You care about your team. That's what's wrong with the political parties right there. It's hypocrisy on both sides.
Yep.
So don't try and use the argument that he's a bad person because of A, B, C, and D, because it doesn't align with your politics, because you're hypocrites. It's not about that. It's not about that at all.
Good job, baby brother.
The fact that the board wasn't open. They didn't keep everybody informed. They did it behind closed doors. They made a terrible decision by hiring a career politician.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. It's not about politics.
If they would have just said that, I would have had no
100%.
problem with it. I agree with that. It's when you start throwing out to try and advance your stupid political party that I hope to God gets dissolved. Republicans, Democrats, gone. I know
what do you do? Like if you want to make yourself look better, like you always do, the we're better than you mentality. What do? You say this isn't about politics. This is about you guys being a bunch of a-holes. That's what the Democrats represent. You guys made this decision behind closed doors. It's not. I won't even bring politics into this because you guys did this. That's what you should have done. Not brought up stupid.
They can't
political positions.
This is what they do. They talk shit, both sides, not just the
Right.
Democrats,
Right.
about the other part. It's not about what we do good. It's about what they do bad.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Over.
Correct.
I know. Look at the posts on both Facebook pages. Go to the Mahoning County Republican Party and the Mahoning County Democrats.
Right.
Look at the
this isn't me
embarrassing.
being. I am independent. I am straight down the middle. I promise you. I just want the political parties to leave everybody else alone, and I don't want the government telling people what to do. That's what I believe in. And the Republicans are just as bad. They sit on their high horse in their churches and tell everybody else they're a bunch of sinners. So, like, I'm not picking on the Democrats specifically. I have a problem with both parties. But as an alumni, I am upset, and I do think it's very, very wrong that those board members made that decision, and they feel like they have the power to just close the doors and say, F everybody, we're going to make this decision. And, you know, you don't know if money's being exchanged. You don't know there's no way to know any of that stuff. And it's super messed up. We're not going to tell you who else we interviewed. We're just made this. If you're not going to tell us, you interviewed nobody in my mind. You just had Bill Johnson. That guy, he's a career politician. He'll bring in the most money. And that's that.
So they have bylaws they have to go. I'm just reading here. They have bylaws they have to go by. I wonder how they're picked. I have no idea. Member profiles.
I change my mind with you guys every time I listen to you. What's wrong with that? It's probably if you're listening as a freaking diehard Republican or a diehard Democrat, because I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
What? Like, I'm not going to defend one side or the other. I'm going to, if they do something stupid, they're a bunch of idiots and they're freaking kneeling to their political party.
It's the young cat. Yeah, Frank, and I think we end up like what happens. Like, Frank has a good point. It's like we piss people off when they disagree with us, and then when they agree with us, they come back. Okay, you never mind. Like, that happens all the time. And I think that's why we drive people crazy. Yeah, because it's like we're not normalizing.
No.
I think
no. I think we are more normal than people want to admit. And I think that severely pisses off the leaders, and it severely pisses off the political parties that we're taking a stand when normally the people who believe in what we're saying are kind of just silenced and don't get an opinion because you have to pick a side. And that's what they want. They want you to be, hey, you have to put your foot down and pick a side, because that's how it works. It doesn't have to work that way. And it's stupid that it does.
I was just so, like, in my post, if you go, you can scroll down and see there was all kind. My post, I purposely made that, and a couple people called me out on it to try and see what would happen. And like literally fishing, and it happened because they just can't help it. And what really pissed me off was that freaking Mike Ray from what is it, the 5th Ward or the 4th Ward or whatever, sharing that shit. Yeah, you're a Youngstown councilman. Why don't you keep your freaking politics out of Youngstown and worry about your ward versus YSU and a Republic going in there? They just can't help it. Oh, and Isaac, I did some research. Yeah. Mike Ward was almost nominated for the Mahoning County Democratic,
Mike Ray?
Mike Ray, sorry. Mike Ray was almost nominated for the Mahoning County position over Chris, but then he stepped down to let Chris take it. So he is deep in the Democratic Party, not surprisingly, which is why he hates us.
He hates. I think he hates our stinking guts. I have close friends that are acquaintances with him, and like they say that every time they talk to him, he talks shit about us, and it's just hilarious. And it's like that guy literally, he just stays up all night thinking about us, and it's freaking awesome.
This is amazing.
But yeah, John, Mr. Plew, it is. That's why everything is so effed up. It's always a side. Yeah. And they want you, both political parties, they want you to take a side. And they're trying to divide us. And all they're doing by trying to divide us is just creating more people in the middle, which is what we need. We need a third party. Dude, we need independence.
Well, think about
what you need. That's what's best for America.
John White just says he hates everyone. I hope he hates us. I hope we're
Perfect. That sounds like a supervillain and somebody who should not be in politics. But
well, they divide. So here's what happens, Isaac. The two parties divide. Pick a side. draw a line. This is your side. Then that way you're always getting votes. You're always getting votes, right? Either side. And the machine, like we've all talked about this before, the machine just keeps going, right? Republican, Democrat. We want the middle, the independents. We need another party. We need not even a party. We need independents to win. We need people to stop voting Republican, Democrat, and vote who you think is right.
Right.
And if it's an independent,
vote who you agree with most, not the person you agree with most, not
right here,
the giant party. They're working together to divide us and get more power. Yeah. And then you see all these independents rising up. And then once the independents start to gain traction, they both work together to destroy the independent, which is totally wrong. You know,
they did it in the ward, in Amber White's ward.
Right.
They got together, the Republican and the Democrat of Youngstown got together and released freaking stuff to the news media, and shame on the news for covering it, to try and destroy her.
Right. Totally.
It's insane. They did it with Eric Ungaro.
Right.
They
just try and make them, degrade them so far that everybody, the optics from the people are that they're not good people and they're not fit to run, and deal with what deal with Democrat or Republican, deal with those people.
I am happy Amber White won that position over those freaking politicians. Because
and I think I saw Chris comment on your thing too, on your comment, and it was something along the lines of, "Oh, you're not going to believe this. There's already independents in the House or something." But it's like, Chris, is that normal? Like, was there ever independence? Has there always been independence in the House? Is that like a new thing, or is it a thing that's always happened? Because I'm telling you, over the next couple of years, you are going to see a massive rush of independence.
I think over the next couple of years, as the older folks die out, and people my age and your age start coming in, they're not going to be hardcore Republicans. There's not as many hardcore Republicans as Democrats.
So you're going to have the Republican Party will shift then, probably, which is what's going to end up happening. But the best thing, honestly, that could happen for the country is more options. Like, I just don't like the two-party system at all. More options is better. It's
awful.
Yeah.
It's the downfall of our society. That's freaking George Washington. You put a quote up there. George Washington himself said political parties could be the downfall of the United States.
They could be used to basically put, I forget how it was worded. I have to. Do you have that George Washington? Just Google real quick. George Washington opinion of political parties. He said they could be used to put some absolutely terrible people into positions of power.
Yeah. George Washington on his political parties book. But I got it right here. Ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
But this leads at length to a more formal and permanent despotism from Washington in judgment. Political parties eventually and gradually incline the minds of men to seek security in the absolute power of an individual. Is that what you're talking about?
No, there's another
parties. There was a quote.
There's a quote that hold on. Lex Calder sent it to me.
However, may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and usurp for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards. Boy, that's exactly what's happening.
If you don't think, seriously, for a second, he thought that they would become these engines, right? That is a beautiful word for what the two parties are. They're just engines, and they're going like freaking trains, and there's no way to freaking stop them now.
Let me read that again. Listen to that again. Popular ends, they are likely in course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and usurp them for themselves the reins of the government. Wow, is that a quote?
Afterwards. It's just
Wow.
it's wild. It's wild that our founding fathers and like
Wow.
here's what the left's gonna do. Here's what the left argument is gonna be is George Washington was a piece of shit. He was not, you gotta take
He
the
didn't have
good with
real
the bad.
He didn't have real teeth. He was fake.
Dude, George Washington, he took the stinking teeth out of his slaves and he pulled the teeth out of his slaves and like made like mangled teeth in his own mouth from his slaves. Did he do that? Yes. But was he right about political parties? Yes. You got to take the good and the bad here, people. Engines.
Jerry Dixie just said the trustees are picked by the governor of the state, 9-year terms. They are all Republicans for that reason.
For the trustees of YSU?
Yes.
It's just why is it like this? Why is it like this? Maria, I already said it. Maria, did you not hear me? Did you not hear me?
He must have just logged on.
Not sure why you're attacking them regardless of YSU pres, because the masses pretty much agree that Congressman Bill Johnson's appointment was political. He sure as hell has no experience in higher ed. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I literally went over all that. I want you to wait, and every single point you're trying to make, I get it. I understand that. You need to wait till this is done, and then go back. It'll be recorded, and I went through all of it, and all of the points that you're trying to make, went through all of it. We're not just attacking the right. We're not just attacking the left. We're not just attacking the right.
We're attacking both of them.
Attacking both sides. I just think the way the left went about it was wrong too. So go back. I'm not just attacking Dems. I promise. You got to go. You got to go.
We're attacking all political parties, Maria. To be fair,
right?
Go back.
Right.
You'll get it.
But Maria, the most important thing is yes, the YSU trustees did everybody dirty and pulled the blindfold over everyone as they made their decision.
Yeah,
because they are both idiots. Yes, they are both idiots. We are both idiots, and both political parties are idiots too. But it is about the party. Conservatives are against public education. Their policies suck and aim for privatization. Ask any of your local school superintendents. It's the reason most teacher unions don't support the party. Their goal is to dismantle public education. So you think that the conservatives want to dismantle public education? That is what you're trying to do.
I want you to prove that to me, please. And not, I heard this, I heard that. I want to see bills passed by the Republicans that specifically destroy public education.
Both sides constantly do this thing, right? Where they make these like big, bold, like blanket statements, right?
Yep.
The right wants to dismantle education.
100%.
The left is a bunch of snowflakes that are weak.
The left want to kill babies.
Right. The left want to kill the babies and smoke pot and destroy why it's not life is not black and white. It's not
right. The right wants to.
It's never that simple.
Left wants to tax everybody.
It's never that simple. I'm sure there are plenty of conservatives in the education system that want to make public education a great thing. You know, just like I'm sure there are some rightward leaning people that don't hate gay people. Just like I'm sure there are some leftward leaning people that are actually financially conservative.
But let's draw a line in the sand. It's not how they want you to do it, Isaac. They don't. You pick a side, Isaac.
Right.
Pick a side.
Right.
Pick a side. You can't be in the middle, Isaac. It's not right. So annoying. What are you reading?
So you know it was about the deer. Oh, Frank likes the deer. That's why he disagreed with you.
Oh, that's why.
I bet Chris says Tito's going to show up with a photo of a bill.
You know that Democrat, you know what, Tito, whatever, Republican, Democrat, he's going to shake his hand with a nice suit.
It needs to be a $50,000 a year job.
He's talking about the government positions.
100%. Give him 500. Give him $500,000, right? Give him $500,000, but you're not allowed to invest in the stock market.
Yep.
You're not allowed in any stocks, bonds, any type. Nobody in your family is. You're not allowed to make any more money than that.
Great rule there.
You're not allowed anything, and no other money, and term limits and age limits. That's what I want. Somebody runs like I said before. Somebody runs on those three things and says, "I'm independent. I don't want to make it about politics. I want to make it about these three things and these three things alone. That's what's best for America." You would guaranteed win. Guarantee a win. You could be a total idiot and you could run on those three things and you win.
You just said, "Be careful, Luke." What did I say? Did I say something bad? I don't think I said anything bad.
Is that the idiot voted against the infrastructure bill? How will this pansy be the architect for growing the campus if he is against infrastructure? How will he fight for funding for higher education in a GOP legislator cuts education funding?
You're not.
Maria, they literally are bringing him in for no reason other than for him to raise money. That is that person's position.
Yeah.
Trussell did a good job. Where the board is, or the trustees, whatever they're freaking called, I don't even know.
Yeah.
They're stupid because and I talked about this. They're stupid because by bringing in someone from the right, they're pissing off everyone from the left. You should have hired somebody like Trussell's perfect because he's not political.
Right.
Bringing in somebody political only creates enemies. So they should have just brought in like a freaking the Rock or something.
Yeah,
or
The Rock. Yeah.
Some like B tier actor. And be like, "Hey, bro, you're the president now. Get us money."
There is no doubt, like you just said, they brought him in for money because of his connections. He's going to be able to fundraise. That's it.
Which, like I said earlier, is poetic because he bring in the career politician to raise money. Like, good God damn, it's so freaking gross.
Yeah. Here's the teacher. Late to the party, former teacher, moderate.
Yeah. So you can't make blanket statements. Blanket statements are freaking stupid. Like the right or the left says that the conservatives hate all the gays, and the right say, the left hate cops. Like they just constantly fire blanket statements back and forth when all of us are just there. We all are pretty in the middle, but they want us to be divided. It's just dumb.
John just said Tressel, he was very political. The difference is he knows how to play both sides. Right.
Correct.
He wasn't a politician, though.
He wasn't like in your face politician.
But he wasn't an elected official either. That's a big
correct. Yeah, he never ran for anything.
And he's not playing the party line, so to speak. Right. Tim Ryan, example. My friend Tim Ryan. Did you know at one point he supported hunter rights and guns and and then as soon as he tried to get elected to be the president, and I'm against guns. I'm against, you know what I'm saying? He flipped.
Tressel was also able to use a third thing to bring both of those sides together, and that was Ohio State and YSU football. He was able to, no matter what you believed in him and you liked him because he was a football coach. He was also Tressel was very smart at all the tailgates. I remember because I was a sophomore at YSU when he came in 2013.
Right.
And he was very much like the guy who was smart enough to go to these events, like the football games, and go to the tailgate lot and walk around, introduce himself and say, "Hey, you want to take a picture with me?" Like he knew marketing and advertising. And as marketing and advertising students, me and O'Keel were like, this guy's just here to take pictures and boost his PR,
Yeah. Here's the other thing too, Christine. So you're saying my wife's a teacher, this blah, blah with Betsy D. I remember, yes. You cannot compare a college to a high school, right? College, the students pay to go there. That's where they get most of their money, and they get it from donations, alumni, this, that, and the other. High school is a totally different thing. You can't compare the two. That's not comparable at all. They don't, you know what I'm saying? There's no way to compare a high school.
Yeah, here's the thing, Jerry Dixie. Exactly. Someone outside of policy said they think Bill Johnson will raise money. Guess what? My wife and I have a $50K endowment for YSU in our trust. Rethinking that now. Yeah, you're dumb because you're creating enemies. Whether whether they're, whether they like YSU or not, you're creating way too many enemies. It's just not worth it to bring in a politician because politics are gross and everybody knows it.
Well, he quit his job. We already said that, Brenda. He quit his job because he's
of money,
$300,000 more. I'd quit my job for $300,000 more. Wouldn't you?
Everybody, 100%.
Yeah,
100% quit my job.
Again, I'm not comparing college to. I'm not doing that. College, high school, two separate things, not the same.
And that's why, Maria. The point you made earlier and we talked about this earlier already. You can go back and watch it. That's why the point of he doesn't know anything about education. It doesn't matter what he knows about education because it's all about raising money. It doesn't matter.
He's going to make decisions, but you can bet he's going to be getting people telling him what to do and what to say. As far as decisions for the college, there's no way. They brought him on for money.
Donors are already talking of pulling their money. They want to run Ruley for his seat in Congress because Johnson, is a MAGA extremist, an election denier who is elected.
This is Maria. Now you're just starting to be now.
Since then, blah 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 blah
blah. Gross. Let me guess, Maria. Let me guess. You vote all Republicans in the last election. Don't lie. Did you vote all Republicans?
No, all Democrats. She's calling him a MAGA extremist.
I'm sorry. Maria. Yes Maria. Or no, you voted all Democrats.
Do you vote Democrats every single time? That's my question. You go down the line, you see if they have a D next to their name, and you always vote them in.
Don't lie. You're not allowed to lie.
So then when you deny that and you say, no, I don't do that, I pick who's best. Have you voted Democrat every single time, no matter what? Were you one of those people that was like, I know it's the difference between a douchebag and a turd sandwich, but I'm going to pick the douchebag Biden because it's better than Trump. Look where that got us.
No, because he's a Democrat. It's not even better than
because
Trump.
Because it's better than Trump and he's a Democrat.
Yeah. I want to know.
Yeah, no, 100%. They give him 10% raise over Tressel. If he doesn't have a 10% increase in funds generated, terminate.
Toss him. If he doesn't do a good job, toss him. That's the other thing. Hey, fire his ass. Who cares, right? That is interesting, though, that the Republican governor picks the trustees and then they pick the Republican. That is something.
Yeah, it's all just
don't you do that, Matt. Don't you do that. Look,
I mean, you would have been better off getting someone. I mean, I'm trying to think who would be better. I'd love, and they probably didn't.
Bernie Kosar
didn't even interview anyone else.
Bernie Kosar. Okay.
Dude, freaking money. He's from Boardman, played for the Browns. Bernie freaking Kosar. That's money.
Bernie Kosar. Yeah.
How about the problem is you'd have a bunch of hating Steelers fans that would not be about it.
Bernie Kosar. That's my selection for the YSU. Who else?
That is great, dude. That would be clutch.
Ed O'Neill. You know Ed O'Neill?
Who's Ed O'Neill?
Ed O'Neill. Al Bundy. He's from Youngstown.
Oh, yeah. You could do that. He's from Youngstown.
Ed O'Neill, right? He raised money.
Tony Hinchcliffe. He's a comedian. He went to Ursuline.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's a comedian.
John Arnold
just killed Tony.
Played baseball with Bernie. I didn't know that. There we go.
Well, we're there. That's the problem. Who else was interviewed? So they won't tell. In my mind, they say we're not telling you who he interviewed. That to me is we didn't interview anybody. Like, prove that you interviewed other people.
Oh, look. Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. So of course I'm passionate. Here, Maria. Here's what I want you to know. And I talked about this earlier. We had the head of the Mahoning Democrat Party, Chris Anderson, come on our podcast.
Well, she obviously knows
Maria,
who he is.
Maria, I'll ask you a question right now. Here's what I'll ask you, Maria. The same question I asked him. You have the choice between electing two people.
Not a judge, by the way. Let's say somebody in an elected position, not a judge. Go ahead.
Democrat, Republican, right? One. So in your case, the Republican, You know them personally. You know they're a good person. You know they'll make good choices. You know they're what's best for everyone in that area. The Democrat, absolutely terrible person, has done terribly shady things, and you know they're a bad person, and you know they're what's not best for the community and what's best for America, and they're just doing terrible things. Who would you vote for? As an executive board of the local Democratic Party, who do you vote for? Because the head of the local Democratic Party chose the Democrat, even though they're a piece of shit. And that is what's wrong with politics. That is what's wrong with the political parties right there. Is it's not about people anymore. It's not about the person individually. It's about your stupid freaking team.
Yep.
That's what's wrong. That is everything that's wrong with politics, is the stupid tribalism and the picking the person that's on your team, not what's best for America. It's
100%.
disgusting, and everybody's fed up with it. Everybody except the people on your dumb team trying to get people voted into your dumb, stupid political party.
Chris Anderson, head of the Mahoning County Democratic Party, said he would vote for a bad Democrat over the most amazing Republican.
Not amazing Republican, amazing person that's running as a Republican versus an absolute piece of shit that's running for as a Democrat. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. 100% what's wrong with politics.
Yep.
Most Americans realize that. They're all aware that this is happening now, and it's just so freaking gross.
Yep. I don't support
and you can try and make some excuse like Chris did. He said, oh, well, he'll be here and gone, and, somebody else will take his spot in the future. And it's heading in the direction I want to go. That's bullshit. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And everybody knows it's happening.
Yeah. And that's the problem. And I wish the people who are voting Democrat and Republican right down the line could open their eyes. If we can get 10 people, one person to open their eyes, but you know what? That's right. They are doing it. Like, open your eyes, people. Open your eyes.
Maria, I'm not saying like you just keep making these dumb examples, like these stupid examples that like both sides do it. Both sides. Like, I understand you will always point fingers at the other side. Both sides just point fingers back and forth and back and forth.
She's proving our point. Oh,
And you're just proving my point by saying that. Like, they both do it because it's part of their team.
Yep.
And everybody the average American is tired of being forced into a corner, and you're doing nothing but creating a stronger reason for more people to become independents.
Yep. God, Lord. But again, it's like, and Maria, I love you. You're awesome. We get along great. She's been, we've been talking for years now, but it's like, Maria, you are doing right now what we've been saying happens. You are literally proving our point by saying them.
Yeah, pointing fingers. Yeah, that's not stupid. It's exactly what you said. They kept. Are you saying this was an example where they got rid of a Republican and kept a Democrat because the Democrat's the hero? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, that was one. Maria, if that was one example, like, cool, but this crap locally and nationally happens all the time. People are tired of the teams and the tribalism of it all. And it's just not for the betterment of America. It's for the betterment of the political party. And it's disgusting. Over and over it happens.
And I mean,
that's just it. Like, that was one example it was probably a dumb situation where by being on that person's side, you're doing nothing but committing suicide as a elected official. So their hands were tied. That's probably what happened. And that's gross too.
Oh God. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. She's literally
Maria, and back to the Dems hating Trump. All I want the Dems to do, all I want the Democrats to do is like, here's an example. Maria, when you were in your dating phase, I don't know if you're married or what, but when you were back in your glory days of dating, when you broke up with someone, and you were like, well, shit, I broke up with that person. I'm done dating that person. I'm going to go back and look for a new boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever floats your boat. And, that person then goes on and finds some amazing person that has all these amazing attributes. And you look and you're like, wow, why did that person move on to that person and get, this amazing new boyfriend? What did that person find? And that person I found so unattractive. Why did they like with Trump? All I want you to realize is that the reason the right like Trump so much is because he's not a stupid freaking politician. Just be able to admit that's why he was attractive.
Yeah.
Like, just admit people liked him for some reason that you can't grasp. It was because they're tired of the political bullshit. That's why they like Trump. Is he an asshole? Yeah, he's an asshole. Does he have a cult? Yes, he has a cult and everybody's obsessed with him. But there's a reason why people find him attractive. And he was the president. That's why. They're
because
tired.
he's not normal. He's not
the normal bullshit. That's why they liked him.
Yeah,
Just
that's why you got elected.
That's so, like, instead of pointing fingers and saying Trump's an asshole and these people, the right is stupid and this and that, why don't you get together and get a Democrat who's not the normal, average, dumbass politician and pull some of the people that agree with that over to your side?
Great idea. That's dude, 100%.
And he was good. And he was good for your money. Yes, he was great for your money. And for all those people that want to say, voted for Biden, those same people, Biden's better than Trump, that whole thing. Now look where we're at. There's so many far left people who loved Biden and now are like, dude, this guy can't even walk up a flight of steps. Like, he's a mess. He can't even freaking talk on TV and form a coherent sentence. Like, it's just, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. 100%.
You can say whatever you want about Trump, but you need to, like, as you move through life, just like you analyze where relationships went wrong, you can do the same thing with the stupid ass politicians.
I agree with you, though. If the Dems got somebody not a stereotypical politician, like Biden's been lifeless since the 70s, right?
And like,
I agree.
John says you can't be president after 50. No, I think you can be president after 50. I think you can be president at 80. But, like, dude, you can't tell me that if Biden were to take some mental test right now, he would pass it. He wouldn't. And if there needs to be like a test that all those politicians need to take, that at a certain age you take it every year, and if you can't pass it, they'll just manipulate it, I'm sure, because everything's corrupt.
Not just Biden. It's all like that Mitch McConnell. Remember him?
Mitch McConnell's a perfect example of a Republican. And then the other lady who was like...
She died, the one that died.
The one that died, who was like 94, and they're like, just vote this way. Just vote this way. Like, her assistant's like, just vote this way. That person isn't... the elected person is nothing but a puppet at that point.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Well, this has been fun. Any other comments before we go? Don't forget, we are still collecting Venmo. Totally switch this for our family. We got how many? 4 kids left?
Maria says, I just want Tangerine Pinocchio to go away. Here's what the left's going to do. They're going to freaking drag your Tangerine Pinocchio, all the different names you've made up. They're going to drag him all the way to November just because that's the political thing to do, right? Drag him all the way to November and drag him through the weeds so that people won't vote for him, because that's the gross, smart political thing to do, right? That's exactly what they're going to do. Everybody knows that's what they're going to do.
That kid, I think everybody's had enough of this. We normally don't talk about politics. We never get into politics. Although our political view is anti-political politicians, so that's...
Biden brought us through some tough times. You mean the people that were like carting Biden around? They're the people who brought us through tough times, because Biden didn't do it.
Ugh.
Keep underestimating Joe. Bro, I promise you, there are so many people my age that are gung-ho left that can't stand Joe Biden. And that is telling. That is telling.
All right, enough politics. All right, everybody go back on track. Let's get back on track here. Christmas time. Christmas time, one more time. Christmas time, we were accepting donations for our family of 8. We going to go shopping tomorrow. We'll do a video tomorrow. You can Venmo us at the MLO Bros. Any donation helps, $5, $10, whatever. We're trying to buy this family. Isaac, what do we need tomorrow for? Is it a 13-year-old? How old is she?
So we are buying for a 13-year-old girl. She wants Monster High dolls and merch. Nightmare Before. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry. Hold on. That was the other one. Full-size bedding, Monster High dolls, makeup, watercolor paints, PlayStation gift cards, Amazon gift card, and some clothes. I'll put all of it. I'll make a post. I'll put it all up on the MLO Bros Facebook page so that you can see. If you want to Venmo us, you can. All this money will go to the family and buying these gifts for the kids. On top of that, if for some reason, I think we're doing like $250 per kid. If after $250 per kid is, you guys give us more money than that, and there's 6 kids, we're just going to dump it all into gift cards for the family. So grocery, like Giant Eagle, Target, Walmart, like a bunch of different gift cards at different stores so that this family can have an absolutely amazing Christmas. And yeah. So that's about it, guys. Thank you all for joining us.
Oh, tomorrow we're playing poker.
Yeah. Tomorrow night we'll announce the next kid. We're playing poker at 7 o'clock. We're going to go live downtown Youngstown at Youngstown Studio.
You can watch us play poker.
I'm going to bring my phone. I'm going to bring my phone stand, Luke, and I'll put it in the center and I'll aim it down at the cards so we don't have to have a camera from the top.
Okay, we had fun last year. We had remember we had like 40 people watching us play poker for like 3 hours. It was bizarre, but we got a bunch of good people, good personalities playing. Joe Daniel from Youngstown Studio, Justin Coffin's coming. Yeah. Our buddy O'Keel's going to be there. Me, Isaac. It should be fun and good conversation. I mean, it should be entertaining for sure.
Tony, did you see me get a chain today, bro? Did you see a black guy gave me my best friend O'Keel gave me a chain? I felt like I was being knighted. Like it was like a moment for me, like Isaac, you are one of us. And I was like, hell yeah. And you know what, Tony? The chain looked good on me, man. I need to get me one. I'm gonna have O'Keel take me to the store and for Christmas get me one.
You should have invited Tony to lunch today. We should have had Tony come too. We're gonna go have lunch with you sometime.
Tony, I'll buy you lunch, man. I'll buy you lunch.
Me, you, O'Keel, and Isaac, all of us having lunch together, and we'll send a picture to your nephew Tito.
But I can't be your friend, Tony. I already got one.
Yeah, I will post trustees list at everything. Has emails, phone numbers, and background. I pulled that up. It's actually in their website, but yes, you can send it to me, Jerry, if you got it. You get the MLO Bros. I'd love to read that. All right. So, anyways, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If we don't see you tomorrow,
keep regurgitating the garbage you keep hearing on CNN while the right keeps regurgitating the crap they hear on Fox News, because that's really healthy for you.
Yeah, you're really doing a good job for your party. We'll see everybody. If we don't see you guys, happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey, and we'll be back here tomorrow. If not, we'll see you guys online, right?
Hey, and if the what's his name, the one ward councilman that watches all of our stuff and hates our guts, you're watching, Mike Ray. I love you, Mike Ray. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to shake your hand and introduce myself sometime.
Spit right in your face.
Since he hates my guts, and I've literally never had a conversation with him. But
that's because we speak out against what he believes in, because he's a political hack.
Right.
Isaac, I'll see you at my house tomorrow at 11 a.m.
No, my house.
No, we switched it to my house because we got to go to Walmart.
Why are we taking pictures at your house?
Because we have to go to
Where
Walmart.
Are we going to take pictures at your house?
Front of my house with the house in the back, in my back, in the front of the house. We have to go to Boardman after. You want to go to Poland Woods or something?
Yeah, we should go in the Poland Woods or something.
All right.
For pictures.
Whatever. We're taking pictures for our real estate stuff. Go ahead, Isaac. Tell them about that.
MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Bros. We're loan officers, but we're also real estate agents now. Maria, if you want us to sell your house while talking about how we're how awesome Trump is, we would love to do that. Or how awesome Biden is in your case. We'd love to do that. We'll sell your house. We'll help you with financing. We'll help you buy a house, help you sell a house. We are the all-in-one over here. So give us a call. We'll help you out. My NMLS number is 1949316. And I don't know what my license number is. I don't know if I should
2023 0606019 is mine. My real estate license.
202-3005-903. That's my real estate license.
My NMLS is
I'm a licensed agent. Hey, guess what, guys? We have like 2 or 3 people who want us to sell their house in the future, and we have like 2 or 3 buyers on the way too.
Hey.
So all the real estate agents that hate our guts and don't think we're going to be successful,
we have quite a list of people who hate our guts. It's getting
email address, Jerry. Yeah, email address. I'll put my email address in the thing. For
no, he's talking about the list of trustees. The MLO Bros at Jerry. The MLO Bros at gmail.com. All right, I'm going to bed. I'm so.
Wait, you supported the levy? It adds value to my property. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. I love that you supported. Where are you from, Maria? In Poland?
Yeah, she's Poland.
There you go,
dude. That's she's the lady that doesn't like Kent. One of them, Steve Kent.
Is she from Austin Town?
No, she's a Poland person. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay, got it.
You remember what I'm talking about?
I don't remember now.
Oh, it's good,
but it's okay. We'll talk about it off air.
All right.
But thank you everybody for watching. See ya.
Bye. Oh, music. That's my cue. Bye. Maria, don't be a political person. Bye.